Okay, it is Thursday, January 30th. I'm going to address Richie from Boston's latest video, and I am going to solve the complete mystery and the evil satanic rituals and powers behind Coral Castle in Florida. And this is no mystery to anybody with a frickin' brain that looks up or knows anything. It's insanely stupid the things that Christians believe and people. This again, this is just not about Richie from Boston. It's about all these social media channels, especially our beloved truthers that get out there and preach the truth, especially the Christian truth about everything. But first, I'm sure people are going to put out videos that crash that happened last night between that commuter plane with 64 people and 3 people on the Black Hawk helicopter. I'm going to tell you right now, going by what they said, it's going to be the helicopter. It's going to be the military helicopter's fault. But anyway, just fucking sad. I'm sure people are going to put out videos. Oh my God, it was on purpose because a lot, or I don't know how many of them were Russian figure skaters. But anyway, let's move on to the good shit. Okay, Richie starts out his video like this. Oh, let me show the title here. Godfather AI warns it will kill us all. And here he's doing this stupid shit people have done over the years. He puts a cover over his camera. The infrared burns a hole in it. Fucking bullshit. I have never, ever seen a video. Somebody do a time lapse. Put that cover over your infrared camera and have your phone or any device whatsoever do a time lapse video showing your infrared camera burning a hole in that fucking cover. But let's start out with this reject that he says, the reason I'm showing you this is to show you this. So let's go.
My laptops that I used to have burned right through the little blinder there. This.
I want to show you this.
I don't know if you use ChatGPT, but I'm starting to think it's something different than what it really is.
Okay, we've seen all sorts of videos like this. Richie from Boston is proficient at showing bullshit videos. You got people talking in this weird voice and weird way. They got music in the background. I mean, but let's go.
This is kind of freaking me out a little bit. I don't know how to explain it better than just showing it to you. So I was talking to it, and I was using it to write scripts for a video. And now I got home, and it said, "Oh, look at that sweet pup. What a cutie. How can I help you both today?" Which is bizarre because my camera was not on. It could hear me, but nowhere was my video on at all. And I said, "You can see me right?"
Oh, sorry.
No, you can literally see what I asked it right here, because I said, "You can see me right now," and it said, "I can see a little bit."
Okay, anyway, he claims he didn't have his camera on, yet the chat GTP claimed it could see what a sweet pup you have. So let me pause here and go to a screenshot. He claims he didn't have his camera on for Chat GTP. Does Chat GPT access my camera? Yes, Chat GTP can access your phone's camera through advanced voice mode. So in other words, you can think you don't have your camera on. You can have anyway. If this is what happened, I'm telling you right now, it's fucking bullshit. But anyway, can they access your camera if they fucking feel like it? I'm not going to say yeah, because people think that the AI is all this, and it's not. The mass majority of this is bullshit. To keep, like I said, it goes with the right wing extremists. Why haven't they used it? And anyway, as our beloved Richie from Boston would say, and so on and so forth. Anyway, all you got to do is have on your advanced voice mode and your camera's on, and I want to see that dude scroll backwards and show his prior conversation and what's going on, but let's keep going. Okay, now this is important as Richie goes along here. Let's hear what he has to say about AI.
Just becoming a thing. AI is literally a 24/7 internet connection to other dimensional beings.
It's literally a connection 24/7 to interdimensional beings. That means all the time. Okay, let's pause out here and see what Richie has to say. Okay, here he's showing this dude. I don't give a flying fuck who he is, but he's saying they can use your Wi-Fi router to see where a human body is in a room.
Router, and they just learned to predict, like, this is where the human beings are. Then they took away the camera, so all the AI had was the language of radio signals bouncing around a room, and this is what they're able to reconstruct. Real-time 3D pose estimation, right? So suddenly AI has turned every Wi-Fi router into a camera that can work in the dark, specially tuned.
Now, can a Wi-Fi router, and forget even that, I guess we have to take into account it's a Wi-Fi router because it's in your house. Can they turn that into something that can detect a heat signature or the electromagnetics, from the electricity? Because we're all electric, all animals, all life forms. But anyway, can they turn that to detect a life form? In other words, electricity in a fucking home? Of course they could, but that's not AI. That's just technology. If they're doing that, and if they're doing that, what would be the fucking purpose? Anyway, if they are, and if you're really worried about it, then don't have a Wi-Fi router. Don't go do don't. You're Richie from Boston. You're Mr. Truther. You're Mr. I'm going to get rid of all technology. And yet all these fucking people, every last one of these people that are supposed to be our beloved truthers and patriots and freeing us, they all use their technology they tell us not to use. But are they doing that for Wi-Fi? I mean, we already know, because watching just episodes like, not cops, but the shit they have those things where they can see through walls to see the heat from a human body. I don't know if that's infrared or whatever, but what's the fucking point if you're going to keep using the shit and make a cash off it? But I want to get to this Coral Castle thing. This is good shit. Okay, I've not been watching all of Richie from Boston videos, but here he's going to throw in the Lord's Prayer to protect us, to protect the Christians as they watch these residuals or these satanic things. Well, if you're going to pray to protect us from satanic things, why do you not do the Lord's Prayer before you talked about that AI thing? But listen to this fucking outright bullshit here.
As it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For thy is the kingdom, the power, the glory forever. In your holy name we ask for protection as we look at these sigils.
Amen.
You see this button right here?
I see it.
This little symbol? This is the power button on your coffee maker, in your car, on your laptop, on your computer, on your cell phone. It's the power button that controls absolutely everything.
Okay, got it.
And it's not a coincidence that they put it there. Like everything else isn't a coincidence. It's all in the mix.
It's not a coincidence. There's a power button. Okay, let's see what he has to say here about that power button.
These are demonic sigils. If you want to be stupid and contact the other side, well, these are what you need to use. You see what I'm saying?
Holy shit, that's a fucking lot of work to contact the other side, and there's more. Oops.
And they go on and on and on and on and on. I'm not going to look for the exact one. I guess maybe I am. But
I'm not going to look for the exact one that shows that power button.
If you remember the video I did about the transformer, the electrical transformer, when I held it side by side with these sigils, the transformer in my vehicle looked almost identical to one of these guys right here.
The transformer in his vehicle almost looked exactly like one of these. Wow, with all them fucking different figures, you could almost match it up to a whole bunch of shit. Let's go on to the power button thing.
And if you keep looking, you will find this exact sigil.
You'll find it.
So every time you press the button, you are literally, unless you're praying for God's protection, every single day, staying in constant prayers, praying unceasingly.
Unceasingly.
Remember when I didn't understand what that was, and now I do? Praying unceasingly protects you when you're using this to show it to others. Or at least that's what I believe. It is what it is. So, when this kid is having an absolute breakdown because he doesn't understand why he walks in the room after messing with AI, you might as well mess with a Ouija board. You know what I'm saying? You might as well do any of these.
Oh, let me pause here. I thought he kept going. But anyway, he's not going to find the power button symbol because it's not there, but let's pause. Oh, should have kept going a little bit more. Let's hear what he says here about AI. Using any AI.
You might as well mess with a Ouija board. You know what I'm saying?
You
might as well do any of these different things using AI. You are literally opening up a relationship between you and a fallen entity. Period. That's all there is to it.
Period. He's using AI right now to upload that video. Pause. Okay, then he goes in this video of this channel he likes and dislikes whenever he picks something that profits Richie from Boston's channel. Let's see what he says that the Bible has to say about that DeepSeek AI thing.
Seek all over the headlines everywhere. It brought to my mind straight away the scripture in Isaiah 29. And this chapter is speaking specifically about Jerusalem, Ariel, and a siege of the word and of spiritual wisdom, okay? But look what this scripture says. Woe unto them who seek deep to hide their counsel from God, and their works are...
Isaiah 29:15. Woe to them that seek deep to hide their works from the Lord. Let me pause here. Let's go to some screenshots. Let's do some different translations of that verse and pick which one you want. Woe to those who go to great lengths to hide their plans from the Lord. Hide deep from the Lord your counsel. King James, there you go. There's the seek deep to hide. Message Bible, pretend you have evidence doomed to you, shut God to work behind the scenes. New American Standard, one of those deeply hide their plans. New International Version, woe to those who go to great bits to hide their plans from the Lord. Pick what translation you want to fit what video you want to make, as always, but let's pause here and move on. Okay, let's throw in about another 30 seconds at what he has to say about this.
I see all this stuff put together, and in my research, just clicking around, I come across this video.
Isn't that a strange little coinky-dink, huh?
Yes, it is.
China's putting out something called DeepSeek, and then when you look in the Bible, it warns you of anyone that's seeking deeply or seeking deep. I mean, Aleister Crowley taught everybody, learn how to walk, talk, read, and write, forwards and backwards. That way they can always hide things in plain sight.
I've never seen anything that was written forward, backwards. Anyway, I got to get to this castle thing, but let's pause here. Okay, let's check out this clip. Richie from Boston. He says it's dated 2013. He's at Coral Castle in Florida. Let's see what he says here.
So back in 2013, I went all the way down to this place that nobody knows about and nobody really cares about.
Nobody knows about it.
And it is absolutely epic. And one man built this, and he built it strictly and only at night.
Only at night.
The way that he did it was using technology from the Great Pyramids. And the strangest thing is, because this is how my life works, when I'm down there, there's an engineer there as well. And what the engineer was doing, I mean, look at this place. These are massive boulders, bigger than my vehicle.
Okay, he claimed as an engineer there. I'm not going to go through these it's just real short conversations. You don't have no fucking idea who the guy is. It's probably the guy traveling with Richie, but let's move on to the good shit. Let me pause here. Oh, he used levitation and all this weird shit and the ancient technology, but let's pause. Okay, I have to show Richie saying this just because it's important to what Richie does here.
The love of a woman. Something most Gen Zers will never understand. This guy loves somebody so much that he came to America and built this absolute edifice. All of this, everything you're looking at, this dude built by himself at night only. Massive.
By himself at night only.
Massive blocks. Tracked the sun, exactly like the Egyptians did. Tracked the path of the moon. And of course, he built in all sorts of crazy things. But I mean, look at this ginormous door.
The door, pay attention to the door.
This guy from Czechoslovakia or wherever the fuck somehow knew the secrets of the pyramids. And he levitated this shit. And this is amazing. I drove a...
He levitated this shit. Come on, hang in there.
long fucking way to come down here and see this. And now it's in the middle of an absolute shithole town.
Now, I was much younger back in 2013, and I swore more fluidly, more freely, as they say.
Okay, let me pause here.
But I learned to
Okay, let's see what Richie has to say about this door here.
Know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm
but
saying?
There's a door here that he built right there. This door is bigger than your house. It's about 4 foot thick. I don't remember what the weight was, but he had it on a hinge. You could simply push one side with a finger and the door would revolve. Well, after 50, 60 years and being down in Florida, the salt air took care of the door. So MIT came down with all their engineers and tried to fix this door to make it the way it was, and they couldn't. MIT couldn't do it 60 to 70 years after the fact. How crazy is that?
That's crazy, Richie. Okay, then that's it. Okay, let's go. Let's go do some deep investigation, learn some truth, which means just going beyond Richie. Okay, now I looked up pictures of this dude. This is actually this guy. There are pictures and a video of when he was building this thing in the daylight. A lot was done at night. I'm going to guess a lot of done was it done at night because that's when he had the Mexican unquote Mexican laborers come in and help him. But this is not this is nothing fantastical, as Richie would say, whatsoever.
Believe it or not, there are actually pictures and even a very recently found little-known short film showing him using a heavy lifting tripod or teepee lift with a block and tackle hand chain hoist to lift the stone.
Oh my God, the chain lifts we use today to take engine blocks out of cars. Oh my God, that can't happen. That can't be truth. Let's move on. Okay, how did he pull them stones across the ground?
In the picture below. How did Lead Scalnan move the stones from the quarry to the site? Here again, we're helped by this amazing new video recently uncovered. In this short film, it shows Lead Scalnan using a technique that is used by many machinery movers today. He's using a chain, ratchet, and a system of rollers. This method could easily...
Oh my God, look at that satanic method. Levitation. Pause here. Okay, let's go into that flywheel Richie showed that was his evil source of power.
What was the odd-looking circular object that many people speculate was the power source for Coral Castle? This is actually an AC generator, which...
I have to play pause. I want to put this on YouTube.
...worked by attaching copper wire, which has since been removed, to magnets on a flywheel. This is the same basic system used for a modern hand crank powered radio. Lead Scalnan
Now keep watching.
was interested in electromagnetism and built this device as a kind of demonstration. According to a Coral Castle tour guide, Ed would spin the flywheel manually, which would then light up 2 light bulbs. This was all that it powered. There was nowhere to store the electricity, so the light bulbs would go out as soon as Ed stopped the crank. Many people...
Now that's Ed there. We got to go by the tourism guide. I mean, but come on, people, give me a fucking break. That he would crank that thing, or would sit there, and evil powers or aliens or Satan's angels or whatever would turn that thing in and built the castle for him. Come on, use some fucking common sense. The problem with the Christians, you cannot believe in science whatsoever. It's all of the devil. The water boy. Mama said it's of the devil. Oh, should have kept going. Let's get into that stone door that could never be balanced. MIT could never do it again.
But it was essentially just a showpiece that he used when giving tours of the site. And this generator wouldn't have had the ability to power much of anything, even if it was constantly cranked. How did he make a large stone door move with the slightest touch? The entrance to Coral Castle was a large stone door that would spin with...
It's amazing how all them people were there, huh?
Even the slightest touch. Up until recently, when the hinges broke, people were unaware of how he achieved this. Since then, however, they've discovered that an iron rod and an old truck bearing was placed in a hole drilled at the bottom of the rock. This could be done by making sure that the hole was drilled at the rock's center of gravity. Once you find the rock's center of gravity, it's easy to move. Notice how this man
keep watching. Oh, here we go.
Easily moves stones up to 25 tons. In fact, he's even moved an entire barn by himself. It's all about finding the center of gravity. What were the...
Oh my God, the evil and the satanic powers and the levitation. Oh, let's get these numbers. Oh, look at these satanic numbers he used.
Numbers inscribed on the door jamb on the second floor of Coral Castle. There are 2 sets of numbers inscribed on a door at Coral Castle, and many have speculated that these numbers were a clue as to how Leeds Skalnin moved or lifted the stones. But they are actually his immigration registration number and his citizenship number. You can actually prove this because Leeds Skalnin's immigration papers still exist. It was common for immigrants in those days to post or carve these numbers on a door for the authorities. Finally, why was Leeds Skalnin so...
Of course, they would say, oh, they're just making that up. They faked them papers to cover up for the satanic way he built that, he put up the walls and shit. Let's pause here. Okay, he was asked questions about how exactly he built everything. Let's see what it says here.
Exactly, he built it. He gave cryptic answers to people that asked him, like, it's not difficult if you know. It seems that he wanted people to think it was more mysterious than it was. I speculate that at least in part, this was just good marketing. After all, he did make his living giving tours of Coral Castle, and it would just make sense to keep people guessing as to his methods. Having said that, I want to make it clear that I think that Edward Leeds Skalnin was obviously a genius, although I don't think he knew anything about anti-gravity. If you'd like to see...
So he made money, he made his living by giving tours of this secret place he was building mostly overnight. Let's pause here. You know what? Again, the ultimate end result, end game in my videos of over all my years, starting on YouTube of 6 or 7 years ago. What's the fucking point of Richie from Boston, Mark Fugel, Joe Rogan, anybody, any channel, anybody watches and patronizes, they fund them, they support them, they believe them 100% what they're saying. What is the fucking point if you're not doing anything about... This is the end result. This is the end result of every channel, social media page, mainstream news, anybody... Every last one of them, without exception, is what is the fucking point if you're not doing anything about anything. Again, I believe, Alex Jones got it going. It's an information war. The more information you have, the more information we have, the more power we have. So what's the fucking point? Where's the power? If we're getting all this power from all this information, where is it resulting in anything to benefit us as, call it America's citizens or as citizens of this fucking part of the country and human beings? God, we're children of God. What's the fucking point if information is power and the power has gotten us? No, where's this? Imagine, is it stored in batteries? We got to crank them up like dude did. We got to store them in our fucking solar. Where is any of this whatsoever, ever? Since I started doing videos 6, 7 years, however long you've been watching social media, where's the power? What have we done to change anything? Nothing. Not 1 iota, not 1%, not 1/1,000,000th of a percent have we fucking changed or stopped anything for any agenda. And it's going to get so much worse under Trump, under this is going to be astonishing the way it goes. And of course, all this shit goes a lot. Fucking A. I mean, come on, people, give me a fucking break. Let me pause here. Oh, they moved it out of the country, but here's the FEMA camp going for illegals I was talking about. Gitmo. Trump signs executive order to prepare Gitmo for 30,000 criminal illegal aliens. Blah, blah, blah. There it is right there. Of course, it's not tents, but they showed on the news. There's a golf course up there, of course, for the soldiers. I mean, I don't mind that, but anyway, they said they could put tents up and house an additional 6,000 on the golf course. But there you go. And how long do you hold them there? And again, I mean, I get it, their crimes and all this shit. But would you want to fucking be there? Would you want your loved one to be there? All this shit fucking works both ways, but it's just astonishing the way this is rolling. I look through my shit, that's it, but please get the picture. Nobody is doing anything about anything. If you made it this far, if you've ever listened to me before, haven't, I know I get limited views. I really don't give a flying fuck, obviously. But if any of these people was doing anything about anything, then they are not going to be there for your money. Matter of fact, in that last video about Richie's, he says, oh, I've traveled every road in this whole country. No, he hasn't. He's gone from Boston to California and up. His ass-white butt buddy used to live, I think, in Wyoming. He'd go there up there once in a while. But no, that he's east to west, traveling at his flock's expense. He's always in a different motel room. So-and-so paid. It doesn't. He did those 2 bullshit fake GoFundMes for $50,000. I mean, it's not just Rich. It's, give me a break. It's all of them. Ask, it's, what have you done for me lately? What has any of those channels done for you that preach all this shit? And most of them have admitted over the years, I'm not here to do anything. I'm here to be Paul Revere. I'm here to warn you. I'm here to tell you what's going on. I'm here to tell you to prep. Prep means buy shit through me. I mean, give me a break. Come on. Fuck it.